Participating in the Columbus Pride Parade every year is one of my favorite things just because of the amount of joy we can spread through our fun Star Wars costumes. Hi, I'm Hannah. Thank you so much for coming to my channel where I talk all things costumes, cosplay, and events. Today we are talking about the 2025 Columbus Pride Parade in Columbus, Ohio. This is our third year being in the parade with the Star Wars 501st Legion, Ohio Garrison, and this year was amazing. I did not take a ton of footage because a lot of the time I was in my full Jawa costume and just was not able to focus on that. And then my husband was wearing a Darth Vader costume, so he was also not able to film a lot of me. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about it and show you some of the vertical footage I got from the day. Like I mentioned, it was an amazing day. So the past few years have been learning experiences for us. It's been very hot and very sunny, which of course is beautiful and gorgeous, but it can be potentially dangerous to us in our Star Wars costumes, specifically like stormtroopers or Vader, who are literally in plastic, and myself as a Jawa with my face covered in a super heavy cotton fabric. But this year, it was better for several reasons. One, we were in the first group instead of the last group. Thank you so much to the people that made that happen, specifically my friend Annie. Thank you so much. We did not melt. The weather was also a little different this year. It was mostly cloudy, a little overcast, and a little bit cooler, but it was really muggy. So those all made a huge difference to us. But yeah, no, it was so great. So we got on the parade route, and honestly, since we were in the first group, we were near the front of our first group, but there were other people in front of us. So like people that only were walking in the parade, and then the corporate sponsors all went ahead of us. So we were like in our little spot waiting as those two groups of people walked past us. So it was almost like the parade started a little early because we had a huge section of the parade go in front of us. That was great. And then one thing I also want to point out is there are usually like anti-pride protesters at this event right in front of the State House. This parade steps off right by the State House, so there's usually people in front of the State House protesting and telling us all we are bad and will be going to HE double hockey sticks, if you know what I mean. And I'm not sure why, but they weren't there this year, which is great. So it was really just this uplifting presence the entire time. Everybody's just happy to be there. I will also note, because of the climate of things, June 14th was supposed to be the No Kings March, and I think it was for most of the country. Columbus moved it to Friday the 13th instead because Columbus Pride had already been planned for a long time. But if you ever see in my footage anything about No Kings, there were still people that came out to do that as well. And I guess I think my favorite thing is just the amount of joy. I know I probably said this already, but the amount of joy that we are able to spread when we are out in our Star Wars costumes is really, it's unlike anything else. And it's unlike any other event either. It's a very long day. It's a very exhausting day. But at the end of it, knowing that we made some people really, really happy, I'm like getting emotional. Like I'm going to cry because it's just, there's nothing else like it. In fact, we went by this person who was holding up a sign that was like, I love gay people and Star Wars. And someone else in my group mentioned this, but they were like, think about that. That means that they have come to the parade in the past and seen our group and made that sign because they knew we were coming. And that even adds even more to that layer, right? Having this impact on people getting excited because they know we're going to be there. They might not even know anything about our group, but they know that gay Star Wars is coming. That's the thing the past few years. And again, this year, as we go along the parade route, people are like, yeah, gay Star Wars. And it's a lot of fun also because people are like, oh, I didn't realize the Empire was so accepting. And it's like, you can be whoever you want here, you know? We prefer our fascists to be fictional. So come be with us and be whoever you want to be, and we will support you, right? Yeah, so we had fun. We had a trailer. It was all decorated. I have a special Pride Jawa version that this is my second year with this version. Year one, I had a different version. It did not turn out the way I wanted, and I don't have it anymore. I threw it away. But last year I made a new one, and then I wore this one again this year. It's a tie-dye Jawa, so it's got a little bit of those pride colors in it, but it is still sticking to the roots of the Jawa with the mainly brown look. And then I glam it up a little bit with some like fishnet gloves and tights, and I hope to continue wearing that every year because it's a lot of fun. And then I also have like a Pride fanny pack instead of my leather bandolier that is part of that costume. And this year I had a Pride fan that I got at Dollar Tree, honestly. So $1.25 for this Pride fan that I was just like going to town with the whole time. Hopefully I'll bring that back again. If not, in years past, I've done the giant bubble sticks or like a bubble gun. Those are usually pretty popular at Pride as well. And I mentioned that my husband was in someone else's Vader costume this year. He was borrowing it from a friend, and there was a Pride flag as like an inner robe for that costume. And a lot of our other members also taped like Pride flags onto their armor, or like washi tape and like the Pride colors decorating their uniforms. It's really fun because we don't typically have like our official costumes. We like to make it a little bit more fun and themed to the event, and y'all know I love that. So yeah, so I don't know if you were there, if you were at Columbus Pride and you saw us, let me know who was your favorite costume. Tell me more. I'd love to hear your opinion. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. If you enjoyed, please like, comment, or subscribe, or share the video with a friend. It really helps this channel, and I really appreciate it. And so thank you so much, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye.